Golden Glory is supposed to end in 3 hours, but on in-game it says it ends in 95 days, so that's interesting. Heard Golden Glory is full of actual cheaters again, with super bucketing. I then learned you can have SOT and Fortnite open, even though both use EAC. This usually shouldn't be possible unless something changed with the EAC that I don't know about. Also use code CRUBMASTER. Anyone who's played more than one game, which I know is very foreign to people who mainly play Sea of Thieves, Easy Anti-Cheat doesn't allow you to have 2 games open that use Easy Anti-Cheat. So if you're launching SOT and you try to launch Fortnite, it'll crash. If you have SOT open and you launch Fortnite, Fortnite will just open. Does this mean anything has changed with Easy Anti-Cheat? Maybe. I don't know. But all I know is that shouldn't be possible. That coinciding with a bunch of cheaters is kind of... Is there a correlation? Maybe. I don't know. I don't work in cybersec, but neither does anyone involved with fucking Sea of Thieves or Easy Anti-Cheat. Shocker, EAC is strictly cosmetic. Well, Fuji, remember when EAC got implemented into SOT, what were cheaters doing? Launching SOT and then turning off Easy Anti-Cheat via Task Manager. That's how fucking easy it was for them when it first came out. And so for anyone who doesn't know what Super Bucket is, it's this, which this Super Bucket is a very old cheat they used to use. I think it was 2 years ago. They can bucket their ship directly onto your ship from a massive distance. So this person here, there's a cheater with their mast down, and then their boat's suddenly creaking. Empty out water, bucket. It's already back up to the same amount. They have a hole. They have a few holes. But, look, they get repaired. Water's filling up at a normal rate. Oh!
I have a weird feeling about this.
As if they bucketed onto themselves. Oh, another bucket onto themselves.
I'm done filling up right here.
Another bucket onto themselves. They now have no holes and they're filling up.
Dude, that's crazy.
And they sink. Super old cheat that cheaters used to do, that's back. So this coming back, coinciding with EAC not detecting a second game, makes me feel like it's back how it used to be. It means Rare isn't updating their game properly alongside EAC. I think so, Mixel. You shouldn't be able to have 2 EAC games open. That's never been a thing. Do you think the most hacks inside of Philly you have to know that they specifically exist? If not, you just feel like you're going to... Well, that's the thing, right? A problem with this community, especially the people who don't actually like understand how the game works, like who just fucking run and shit, they think anyone doing anything is a cheat. So there's a lot of like boy who cried wolf with this game about cheats. And yeah, no, why would anyone know that Super Bucket exists, right? All right, so SOT is now open. Now we launch Fortnite. Basically what should happen is this will pop up and it'll say, similar error before, it should say Easy Anti-Cheat already running because of Sea of Thieves. It should be, there we go. That happened that time. Maybe they fixed it. Well, cool. Maybe it's all solved, but people are still encountering cheaters. Let's pray that that's fixed. Regardless, it's on SOT to fix this, so fix it, you fucking idiots. Let's have a look at this.
I don't really care where you're not on me, and I don't really care.
What is this now? Does that say crud humor? Port Merrick, and immediately, what do we spot right there? Wow, Season 17 definitely didn't leak weeks ago. Yeah, man. People were spamming zzz in the chat when this went up on... Yeah, no, so when SOT last appeared in an Xbox showcase, it was the captaincy trailer, and the chat was so funny because everyone was saying the same thing I say about SOT, how it's not popular. Everyone's just like, this game exists? What the fuck is this game? Doesn't this game... I thought this game's shut down. This game sucks. And it was just really funny because it's like, yeah, no one likes SOT.
As smugglers, we deal in the goods other...
This is the least recognizable fucking NPC. What the fuck is this? Who's this? This is John Smuggle. All right, so what do we got here while we're looking at? We've got golden bottles of rum, and we've got some paintings and a harpoon gun. Okay.
But you should know that this is what we're really after.
Barrels?
Damn, bro, this is so sick. How old is this game again?
Oh, this game's about to come out.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League.
Whoa. Ha ha ha.
You're paying for that.
Ha 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 ha. Yo, I love Marvel. So what are we getting added to Sea of Thieves now? Stealing? We're getting stealing added to SOT? That's cool because stealing was illegal before, and every time I stole something from someone, they would call me the N-word, but I guess now it's part of the game. 1, this was data mined like almost a month ago. 2, they leaked this by accident in their last video. They accidentally showed off the fucking quest table with an extra company on it. Right here, right here. See this gap? This is a smuggler's thing. So it was very fucking obvious they were adding a new company. Someone was like, oh, maybe that's where they put the test voyages in the dev mode. No, that's done in limited voyages. We know that because of the time they accidentally added in a voyage to get Box's Wondrous Secrets. They made it obvious, but also everyone knew weeks before this video. Actually, no. Wow, it's been ages that we've known. If this was fucking 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so whoops. Free for all players. Wait, free? No way. They're doing a free update? There's not a single other game studio with a live service game that does free updates. You know how like, oh, let's have a look at some games real quick. You know how like Lethal Company had an update, right? This had an update. And that was $158, right? They charged everyone for the update, remember? And you couldn't even go back on it. Baldur's Gate 3, that had an update. And remember, that cost $400 per user. Because updates usually cost money for games, right? Call of Duty had an update, yeah, that was $6,000. Deep Rock, known for how much it charges per update. So that's cool that SOT is going against the grain and doing free updates for a game. Because that's not the norm. That $400 Baldur's Gate 3 was hard on me, bro. It's worth it though, because it's an update. People use that term because the companies use the term in tandem with DLC, but they shouldn't. But they shouldn't. I think Rare does it so they make you think, oh, look how generous we are. We're adding content to a live service game and we're not charging for it. Wow. Okay, but COD would charge you for updates. They could. No, see, COD, like FIFA, is a subscription service game and people don't realize it. You're buying the same game every 8 months and you're paying more than you would if you were just subscribing for a game. What we were ranting about today? I don't know. This is all positive. We're getting a new faction and the ability to steal loot. And I guess it all explodes or something because they did a few teasers that kind of implied that everything has a fuse on it so you could blow it all up, which is fine. But that means everyone will be upset. Yeah, look. Oh, there's a fuse. Ooh, there's a fuse. Ah, there's a fuse. Whoa. It's views. I hope it's more than the trailer shows. Yeah, we'll see about that one. Oh yes, the Smugglers League, completely different to Pirates. Much needed addition to the game where you steal things. See, that's crazy because you know every time I've tried to steal something, I mean, if you guys watched Theb's video last night, if we try to steal things, we get told to fuck off and we get called little bitches, and then a dude's little baby starts crying.
He's asleep, bro.
We can hear it.
We heard her crying. Yeah, see,
no, she's actually dead asleep.
I don't believe you.
Anything but fix hit reg. Hey, they gave you server-side markers. That's all you need. Thoughts on the news for the next season in the Smugglers faction? Looks like shit. Should I watch that trailer again since it's only a minute?
And the only way you'd ever...
So this is an ammo box, not a weapon box. Nope. But they said thanks for the guns, so that doesn't make sense. Why are they stealing the only infinite resource in SOT? They're not very intelligent. We're stealing kegs, but the kegs are vertical. We're going to shipwrecks, but the kegs are vertical. We're harpooning kegs, but the kegs are vertical. We're drinking rum, but the kegs are vertical. All right, so that's all we know about Season 17 publicly, and it looks like shit publicly. I feel like if there was anything exciting about this update, this is where they'd show it at the Xbox fucking showcase. Anyway, new video. Does that say crud humor?
Here and now, things are heating up at the heart of Season 16.
The heart of Season 16. We are 3 weeks in and everyone has given up on doing the content. Season 16, you mean the one voyage they added? Hey, they're adding another one in July. Maybe.
If you choose to break the seal in a Reaper's chest, some Order of Bone and Blade skeletons will be summoned to defend it.
So that's summoned like 6 skeletons. So it looks like the one thing that'll be funny about this is opening a Reaper's chest and putting it in someone's crow's nest. Don't know how many skeletons spawn, but why'd you ever do that when bone callers or anything? We'll see, this is another type of bone caller, but you need to slowly swim over a chest.
Offering the potential for new tricks and tactics until their numbers are finally depleted.
New tricks and tactics, such as instead of throwing a bone caller, you place a chest. 19 naked skeletons in the showers at Sloop Dog.
It'll herald the return of Fight Nights, an event that shines a spotlight on the ongoing conflict between the Guardians of Fortune and the Servants of Flame.
Remember when the ongoing conflict was going to be part of the updates moving forward and then they immediately stopped?
Guardians of Fortune who triumph in battle 3 times.
Okay. 3 times?
Will also receive a unique reward, and so will Servants of the Flame who manage the same feat.
A painting!
We know you'd never dream of changing sides just to snag them both.
A painting! A non-animated painting!
And now, here's the first look at a feature that we know that many of you have been requesting.
Ooh! I'm gonna go take a piss before this one. Hang on, I'll play you some Chinese music. it's cold. Jesus Christ.
Something we know that players have wanted for a long time is the ability to create a whole new pirate on their account.
Ah! No. Who wanted to make another account on their account? With the same username, by the way? I don't think a single fucking person. That's who. Can't wait to see someone reset for Nightmare Mode and accidentally reset their mate. Well, here's the thing, Snad. If you could at least change the username, that'd be good. Because what's the problem with Nightmare Mode? You have to make an alt, which a lot of people don't have a problem with. I would never log out of my account. But if I was to play Nightmare Mode, or anyone who does play Nightmare Mode, because most people who play Nightmare Mode are namers. If Nessie is playing Nightmare Mode, as he's known to do, and he's on a brand new pirate on the same account, and someone goes, oh, who's that? Oh, it's Nessie Does. But their pirate's different. That ruins his Nightmare Mode chance, because those people were just going to run from him and shit. Also, an alt is free. It costs $0. I guarantee you have to pay for this. Yeah, you do. Because they even said it in the announcement. Pirate profiles coming to the Emporium soon. The 2 fucking roleplayers that buy the Emporium said they pay for it. Yeah. We should get our outfit saving. It's so annoying looking through the pages as it close. Gert. Every single person wants them to add outfit saving. Why they keep talking about roleplay, man, it's kind of disturbing. Because that's the only people who still defend this game, is the people who are hardcore into roleplay. Also, yeah, every other live servers game just does this for free. You can just have a second account on Destiny. You can just have a second account on World of Warcraft. You can just have second accounts on games.
Any cosmetics that you purchase from the Pirate Emporium or earn through the Plunder Pass will be available across all of your pirate profiles.
Not a feature, that's a legal requirement. Don't you fucking advertise that to me as if it's you doing me a favor. It's a legal requirement. Doesn't Sod have a history of keeping weird stuff in the files for way too long? Yes, and they use it in promotional material. Check this out. In this image here, the jacket on the right doesn't exist. This jacket. The Duke jacket in the middle doesn't exist. It's a different version of it that you can wear a shirt underneath. The girl on the left has an earring that doesn't exist. And the guy on the right, his hair color with these blue tips doesn't exist. Rare constantly use unreleased cosmetics for years, and there's a large amount of them that still aren't in the game from years ago.
But before then, there's another Emporium sale.
Wait.
From the 11th to the 16th of June, a wide range of items are discounted.
Emporium sale? We haven't had one of these since... Where's my watch? Since yesterday, guys. Oh, what did I miss? Getting cozy. Look at this shit, dog. Look at this shit. We comfy as hell.
New music to accompany your shopping spree. Yes. This Friday.
To accompany your shopping spree. Fuck off. Okay, so, that sucks. Pirate profiles, who gives a fuck? Pirate Emporium sale, who cares? Reskins hitting the Emporium, wow, that's surprising. Fight nights, good. But, cheaters. Cheaters are playing right now, they've been on. Reaper's Chest? Oh, yeah. It's a bone caller. What do the people have to say? This is an easy major W, and somehow you still manage to drop the ball. Free mode expresses exactly how I feel. Missed opportunity for preset outfits. Sot devs, players to create a free new character. Me, creates a free Microsoft account and signs in with that one. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's free, dude. Comment section, sweet. This is good. This is good. I said this last Sot Rant. Sot community is finally growing brains. Slowly. I just want to favorite archive weapons. I just want to favorite weapons. If they can't do presets, let me favorite equipment and shit. So at least the first page is just the things I want to use. Like, because I have everything. So it's annoying. Let me just make it so the first page is my stuff. Look at the latest comments. Is it going to be you saying crud? If it is, you're getting in trouble. Pirate profiles. Man, imagine doing all the tall tales and all the commendations for all your profiles. Resets would be awesome. Unfortunately. Now, here's the thing. Mike Chapman, unfortunately, he goes... Take a look at the latest Sea of Thieves news where we announce pirate profiles allowing for roleplay or re-experiencing your journey. These are not at the expense of outfit saving. That will still happen eventually.
Modangus.
Cool, dude. Mike, every time you say something's coming to Sot, it means nothing. He said Reaper robots would come back. He said that 2 years ago, and they're just coming back now next season. Thank you for your work. The best free-to-play game there is. Hi there everyone, if you have Xbox Game Pass and you play a game on it, that game is not free to play. So why smuggling? There's no authoritative figures on the seas to have to smuggle items. Yeah, no, someone, on the other video, last time I looked at it, someone left a comment like this and I was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm just saying, it feels like if the smugglers was the best thing they could show about next season, there's got to be some shit about it, right? Think about last season, right? We had the Hunter's Call, And then as it turns out, there was a bunch of shit we didn't get. That SOP partners confirmed. That's not leaking anything. There was supposed to be another Meg apparently. There was a Sea Serpent that didn't make it in. There's a bunch of other shit. I want to SOP PvP rework, but I have no faith in Rare. It'll probably be 100 times worse than what we have. Well, yeah, people always go, oh, do you think they'll make a SOT 2? If they made a SOT 2, it wouldn't even have PvP. The devs actively know that the people who still praise this game are the ones that don't enjoy the PvP, so they don't have a problem with all the fucking nerfs that they do to every aspect of the game that has any modicum of skill expression. What the fuck do you do without PvP in the game? Kill the same 6 skellies for 10. Well, that's the thing that I don't get about the people who say, like, the PvP in this game could go away and the game would be better. There's nothing else you can fucking do, though. Like, even if you are a PvEer, which... Have you seen these? I'm a PvEer. They don't make engaging PvE for this game anymore. It's all washed up and dry and similar. And then, if you think about it, if you could encounter players but you can't shoot each other's ships, there's just nothing. It becomes fucking web fishing. If they made a SOT 2, it'd have no PvP. The people who hate PvP in this game would love that. They're like, oh, I can't wait to play it. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. And they would get sick of it. They're like, yeah, it just doesn't feel the same. Because even if you are afraid of PvP, the risk of PvP in this game, where there's so much effort you've got to put into doing things to like get them done, is what makes it unique. If they wanted to make a PvE Sea of Thieves 2, they would need to really make it a fucking RPG adventure game. I tried Alliance servers when I was new, it was so boring without any risk. Yeah, no, I've played on Alliance server, because when I was new and all my friends quit, I got invited to one, and it's just boring. Imagine... I pressed F to grab the wheel, and now my game is broken. I can't move. Oh, there we go. Fucking Christ. I can't grab the wheel. I can't grab the wheel. That's me tapping F, you can hear. What is that? Another SOT rant. What? Why would we be doing that? Perhaps they have released a video that we need to discuss. Alright, let's watch another SOT video. Does that say crud humor?
I wanted to reflect a little on the feedback we've seen from the recent Xbox showcase.
Now, before he even starts this, I can tell you that the feedback was dog shit because we just looked at it the other day. Every single piece of feedback I've seen about the next season has been negative. Even most of the bootlickers are like, eh? It just looks like it's more of the same, which is good. Everyone should be saying this doesn't look good, so then they make something that does look good.
And given the scale of some of our previous showcase announcements, some expectations were set uncomfortably high.
Last showcase you showed off captaincy, and that didn't work properly for 3 years. So I don't think it's a high expectation to expect an update to work. It still good point, Pert. Sorry, yeah, it still doesn't work.
I can't wait to share more on our refreshed approach to seasons.
Your refreshed approach to seasons has been that every month you do a part of an update for a season that's so lackluster that when you combine all 3 of them, it feels like half a season. First I'm hearing expectations are too high. That's your fault, by the way. Hey guys, we saw our expectations were too high. What the fuck?
What's going on? Why don't they like it? We spent $250 million on this.
We'll commit to not only sharing more on the season itself, but more importantly, how that fits into our broader approach for the year ahead.
What? They're gonna make sure we know what's coming earlier? That doesn't... We already know nothing's coming. That's what you did with this season that we're currently going through. Like, you've told us everything. It's just not enough.
Keeper's Bones commendations introduced in Season 16.
Yeah, nerf them, please.
I don't think we gave enough consideration to how these would arrive as part of a season update.
Yeah.
We've rebalanced commendations post-launch before.
Let's do it again.
While it does appease some players, it doesn't respect the time already spent by players who jumped into the season early.
No, that's not good code. I'm a person who always does that, and I don't even care. So I did all of the double barrel pistol season comms. I did all of those before they were nerfed, and I did not have a problem with the fact they nerfed them after I completed them. I killed 250 goddamn sharks with double barrel pistols, and now you only have to kill 50, and I don't care, that's fine. You don't need to have respected my time retroactively. Hang on. Google AI. I'm a game developer for Sea of Thieves at Rare. What should I do? As a game developer at Rare working on Sea of Thieves, focus on enhancing the player experience by addressing community feedback, improving existing content, and exploring new possibilities within the game's framework. Prioritize regular cosmetic updates, delve into deeper pirate customization options, and contribute to building the game's lore through player interactions and emergent gameplay. They don't do any of that. The only thing that's challenging about the commendation is having the patience to grind redundant stuff. That's the problem, right? I see people be like, oh, completionists are mad because the comms just rush out all the content and then they say there's no content. It's just like, no, people say the game's content is no content when they add stuff because all they do is they add a number to something and nothing entertaining to it. Making Hunter's Call go from 50 to 500 was not content. The new fishing voyage wasn't content, it was just fishing. As someone who has done 99% of everything in the game, like, it's just like, you don't respect players' time. You make purposely obtuse comms where old school comms, especially old school build drought ones, they were balanced, but they were balanced by like, you know, you'd have to do lots of different things and stuff. You do stuff that was entertaining. You weren't just diving to the same island again and again.
And we're making the call to not devalue your time spent here.
Huh? Then nerf the current commendation that is devaluing everyone's fucking time.
Also arriving in this update is some under-the-hood improvements to matchmaking, aiming to reduce the wait times for players, allowing us to expand the search outside of a player's home region if a suitable match or server hasn't been found.
Okay, good and bad. Good because, you know, you might get a match. Bad because unless they have it set to only look for nearby regions, like for OCE, it would be SEA, you will get bad ping. Clarified here. All right, let's have a look at this. After a cross-region match has been made and a player has been placed in an out-of-region server, do you anticipate there'll be a queue back for their native servers as a priority when they redive? If they vote down the Hourglass and Void Shop, will they get native servers? While crews may end up matching onto servers outside of their home region or on matchmaking again, dive into a Voyage next Hourglass Battle or Scuttle, it will then prioritize their home region. Okay. Will that work though? It's Sea of Thieves. If it works, that's okay. But remember last month when Hourglass as a whole didn't work?
With Fight Nights starting later this month, we're looking forward to seeing this new system help bring more players together for some carnage.
Cool, so what's going to happen is, because they're going to implement it so quickly after the announcement during Fight Nights, on Fight Nights, no one will be able to get a single match in any region.
We're then working to mitigate the issues caused by malicious actors targeting players with spam invites.
How is that even a thing? How are people's games being crashed by spamming invites? It's an Xbox like security thing, like when cheaters used to be able to ban people. How is Microsoft's internal security shit so broken?
And then I wanted to finish up with an update on game security.
Yay!
May's update went after pack file usage.
And it worked. It worked.
We've now disrupted players using those game modifications. We did find that players who'd modified game settings such as field of view and sensitivity still had those modified settings remain.
Yes.
And as part of June's update, any of those modified settings will now be returned to default levels. We have taken this as an opportunity to review the types of modifications players were using, for us to learn and better understand why players were turning to mods.
Wow, it took 7 years for you to realize, why do people turn the FOV up in the game? Why do people want to go above our max FOV, which is the default lowest FOV in 99% of games since the 80s?
So, we're going to be increasing the maximum field of view that we support from the current cap of 90 and extend that up to 110.
Dude, exactly what I was saying months ago. Remember months ago when I was like, all they need to do is go to 110. 110 FOV is a fine compromise. Insane that it's taken this long.
We've settled at that figure by reviewing the experience across the field of view range, and we feel that 110 is the limit before the game's visual experience begins to become compromised.
That's interesting, because I remember years ago, we were told that if they increased the FOV, it would break view models and it would ruin a lot of the experience. A theory I had presented to me was, does anyone think that something will go wrong with the FOV where the corners of the screen people will be A-posing because it won't know to render them properly? Hey, guess what? We get to see our guns! We get to see our guns finally. Empty
for now,
words.
Let's call it there. Catch you all next time.
Alright, Drew.
Modangus.
Alright, recap. Showcase, garbage. Next season looks like shit. Mid-season update, who cares? Reaper's Bones comms not being balanced, dog shit. Change the comms. I don't care if you think it's disrespecting my time spent. I would prefer if you didn't continue doing that by making these comms overblown. Cross-region matchmaking might be okay if they don't fuck it up. They will fuck it up. Priority areas, who cares? FOV increase, finally. I'm just glad it's over. They could have gone to 115. I would have played 115. 110's fine though. Will it change the cannon FOV? That's what I was asking before. I hope so, because if it doesn't and the FOV lowers when you jump on the cannon, that's gonna stink. The problem is though, SOT's FOV is not true. 90 FOV in SOT is about 86.5. Why is it 86.5? Because they don't know how degrees work.